You've planned the perfect escape: villages tucked in the mountains, markets alive with color, coastlines kissed by fire-red sunsets, bags packed, ticket in hand, heart racing. Then, reality strikes. Your passport isn't a key, it's a warning label. Paradise exists, yes, but not for Americans anymore. Number 10. Germany. At first glance, Germany seems like a dream stop for any traveler. The fairy tale castles of Bavaria, the fast, rule-free stretches of the Autobahn, the beer gardens alive with laughter during Oktoberfest. It's the kind of place that stirs pure FOMO. It's structured, beautiful, and efficient, a showcase of Europe's best cultural and historical treasures. But here's where the warmth cools. Americans often rub Germans the wrong way. In a country where punctuality, rules, and quiet order are part of daily life, loud voices on trains, casual attitudes toward rules, or small talk with strangers don't go over well. Even in casual settings, Americans' open friendliness can come across as fake or disruptive in a culture that values straightforwardness. Germany isn't hostile, but it isn't forgiving either. If you adapt, you'll unlock kindness and warmth. If you don't, you'll discover just how unwelcoming the country can feel. Number 9. Japan. Few countries on Earth are as tempting as Japan. Tokyo dazzles with neon towers and robot cafes, while Kyoto whispers through bamboo forests and thousand-year-old temples. Every spring, cherry blossoms turn entire cities into pink, floating dreamscapes. For many Americans, Japan feels like the ultimate blend of futuristic wonder and ancient beauty, a place you simply have to see once in your life. But temptation doesn't always mean invitation. Japan's society is built on subtlety, harmony, and respect, values that often clash with the casual, expressive style of many American tourists. A loud phone call on a quiet train can draw icy stares. Forgetting to take off your shoes in someone's home or misusing chopsticks can instantly mark you as disrespectful. Even gestures meant as friendliness, like overly enthusiastic conversation, can come across as unsettling in a culture that treasures restraint. Number 8. Bhutan. Tucked high in the Himalayas, Bhutan looks like a world suspended above the clouds. Monasteries cling to cliffsides, prayer flags ripple in the wind, and snow-capped peaks seem to guard a nation untouched by time. For many travelers, this is the ultimate hidden kingdom, a place that sparks travel envy the moment you see a photo. But Bhutan doesn't let visitors stroll in casually, especially Americans. The country enforces its famous high-value, low-impact policy. Every traveler must pay a hefty daily fee, around $200 to $250, which covers hotels, food, guides, and a sustainability tax. For Americans used to budget hopping between hostels, that price tag feels like a velvet rope keeping them out. And forget spontaneous wandering. Your itinerary is pre-planned, your movement structured. It isn't about hostility, it's about preservation. Bhutan protects its culture and environment by keeping tourism exclusive. To Americans, it feels like forbidden treasure, dazzling, pure, but heavily guarded. Number 7. Eritrea. On Africa's Horn lies a country nicknamed the North Korea of Africa, Eritrea. Its capital, Asmara, glimmers with Art Deco architecture, and the nearby Dahlak archipelago offers surreal coral islands and pristine waters. To any traveler, the land seems ripe with secrets waiting to be uncovered. But for Americans, Eritrea is a maze of obstacles. Getting a visa isn't just difficult, it's unpredictable. Even with perfect paperwork, approval often comes down to sheer luck. And once you arrive, the challenges only grow. To travel outside Asmara, you need special permits, and those are rarely granted. Step beyond approved zones, and you risk fines or worse. Add to that the strained U.S.-Eritrean relationship and a government infamous for tight surveillance, and you have a destination where Americans are treated less like guests and more like suspects. While Europeans or neighboring Africans may occasionally find a warmer welcome, Americans will likely discover Eritrea as a stunning cage, a beauty that teases but never frees. Number 6. Turkmenistan. Turkmenistan is a country so surreal it feels like fiction. Imagine a capital, Ashgabat, gleaming with white marble buildings and golden statues, Picture the door to hell, a flaming gas crater that's been burning in the desert for decades, glowing like a fiery wound in the earth. Add in ancient Silk Road ruins, and it's a destination that seems irresistible, exotic, bizarre, unforgettable. And yet, for Americans, Turkmenistan is almost a mirage. The visa process is among the strictest in the world, requiring a letter of invitation from a local tour company. Most Americans must book guided tours where every movement is monitored. Even then, approval isn't guaranteed. Number 5, Venezuela. Venezuela should be a paradise. It has the world's highest waterfall, Angel Falls, crashing down from the clouds of Canaima National Park. It has the Caribbean's most dazzling beaches in Los Roques and the otherworldly lightning storms of Catatumbo. On paper, it's the kind of destination Americans would race to add to their bucket list. But reality bites hard. For Americans, Venezuela has become one of the most dangerous choices in the Western Hemisphere. Years of political turmoil, economic collapse, and tense relations with the U.S. mean that carrying an American passport here can make you a target. Kidnappings, robberies, and arbitrary detentions are real risks. Add to that a crumbling infrastructure and shortages of essentials, and suddenly those postcard landscapes feel like traps. Travelers from other parts of Latin America may still find warmth in Venezuela's people and fiestas, but Americans walk a razor's edge. Number 4, Cuba. Cuba is like stepping into a time machine. Vintage Chevrolets rumble past pastel-painted houses, salsa music spills from open windows, and Havana's old bars still echo with Hemingway's ghost. The island radiates charm, the kind of rhythm and flavor that makes outsiders fall in love at first sight. But for Americans, Cuba is wrapped in red tape. Decades of the U.S. embargo have made travel complicated, filled with categories, licenses, and suspicion. It's not outright illegal, but it's anything but simple. While Canadians and Europeans dance in the streets of Havana, Americans shuffle through paperwork and restrictions. Once on the island, they're often eyed with a mix of curiosity and caution, caught in the shadow of a hostile political relationship that never quite heals. Number 3, Russia. Russia is massive, mysterious, and packed with allure. The onion domes of St. Basil's Cathedral, the vastness of Siberia, and the sophistication of Moscow's theaters and museums. It should be an adventurer's dream, the kind of place where history feels alive in every street. But for Americans, Russia in 2025 is a fortress. Even before the war in Ukraine, visas were a nightmare. Long applications demanding your travel history, family background, and even professional affiliations. Now, with relations at their lowest in decades, the suspicion is deeper. Americans risk surveillance, questioning, and in worst cases, arrest under accusations of espionage or political interference. Other travelers may still taste Russia's grandeur, but Americans? Not so much. Number 2, Iran. Iran is a land of poetry and splendor. The mosques of Isfahan shine with turquoise tiles. The bazaars overflow with spices and silk, and Persepolis whispers the glory of ancient Persia. Ask anyone who has visited, and they'll tell you about the warmth of its people, strangers inviting you to tea, conversations unfolding like friendships in minutes. But for Americans, Iran is a paradox, inviting yet untouchable. Ever since the 1979 revolution, relations with the U.S. have been tangled in hostility and sanctions. Independent travel isn't an option. Americans must book tightly guided tours, follow set itineraries, and endure one of the most drawn-out visa processes in the world. Step off the itinerary and trouble follows quickly. For U.S. travelers, Iran is a forbidden fruit, sweet, fragrant, and forever locked behind glass. Number 1, North Korea. If mystery had a capital, it would be Pyongyang. Giant statues rise above empty boulevards. Choreographed mass games fill stadiums with surreal precision, and landscapes untouched by modern tourism hide behind the regime's walls. It's the ultimate curiosity, a country that seems frozen in time. But for Americans, North Korea isn't just unwelcoming, it's deadly. The U.S. government bans its citizens from traveling here after the tragic case of Otto Warmbier, the student arrested for a minor infraction, who returned home in a coma and never woke up. No embassy exists to help if something goes wrong. Detention, interrogation, or worse await those who try to break the rules. The forbidden fruit allure is undeniable. Yet here, temptation carries the highest price. For Americans, North Korea is not just off-limits. It's a warning written in bold red letters. Travel is supposed to open doors, but for Americans, some doors slam shut before they even knock.